traditional tools that we use for grief seem to be unavailable to us now. I just would like to have a sense of how we can go through these phases.
This is such a unique time that none of us have ever been through. So I think, we're all kind of getting through this in the best way we can, but pulling from some of the resources and from the knowledge that we already know, giving yourself time. Even though we are isolated in our homes, that doesn't mean that we can't reach out. Writing letters and writing notes can still be done, and journaling, and if you're not up to video phone calls, you can do just regular phone calls. And so still reaching out and trying to be as connected as possible.
But you also have people who are, even as we speak, going through the process of death.
Right.
And in many cases, they do not have their immediate support system there. So give us a sense of how you would instruct somebody to prepare for that kind.
One of the things that a lot of the mental health world is coming out is saying, and we've known this, but just kind of reiterating, is take care of yourself. So keep your routine. Get up in the morning and get dressed. Spend a little time outside, even if you're drinking your coffee on the porch or the deck. Go outside. If you can't drive and you can't leave, or you don't want to, just having a routine, having a sense of, what is going to come within your day, within a matter of speaking. There's a lot of things that we can't control. And so when you're struggling with grief or depression or anxiety, working with the things you can control, like what time you get dressed, what time you get up, where you have your coffee, trying not to spend a lot of time in front of the TV, definitely limiting your news watching, although it's good, but kind of limiting yourself, because that's been causing a lot of anxiety, watching kind of the constant news stream. So kind of limiting yourself about how often you're going to check in with that. Making a point, being intentional about reaching out, even if you are just sending text messages, but connecting with the outside world, especially if you're by yourself and you don't have family in the home with you. So just, self-care is really important. We're limited. Some of us are limited to what we can eat because of the restrictions of going and shopping. So, but being mindful, are we eating as healthy as we can with what we have? Have we let the sun touch our bodies today? Have we gone out and had some sunshine on our face? Have you looked for a silver lining? So one of the things we encourage people who are struggling with anxiety, depression, grief, is to find some positive in your day. What is something good that is happening in that day? And maybe not yesterday or tomorrow, but what's today? So maybe it's a really pretty day and I can spend some time on my deck and drink my coffee, or I can take a walk around my neighborhood. I can walk the dog outside. It's not raining. So as simple and as basic as that may sound, sometimes that's what we have to do. And remember that grief is a marathon and it's not a sprint. I just talked about being positive, but it's also okay to have a rough day. It's also okay to say, I'm feeling like today I'm not going to get up and get dressed right away. I'm going to stay in my pajamas for a little longer today, or I'm not going to go outside today. I'm going to stay inside. As long as we're not doing that all the time, giving yourself permission to do what you need to do and what feels for the right thing to take care of our minds and our bodies and our souls. And we don't want anybody to be by themselves. We want somebody to reach out. If you're not feeling good, if you're not having a good day mentally, reach out to someone. Maybe you haven't been to your therapist in a while and you want to just call and check in, or, or just a friend, just say, hey, I'm just wanted to chat.
The other part of this, of course, are the family members who can't reach a loved one at the later phase of their lives. Mm-hmm. What are you telling families at this point during this moment?
You know, that's really tough because a lot of, unless they're in their home, a lot of our facilities are either very limited visiting hours or no visiting hours at all. And so this has been a unique challenge in how do we have these families say their goodbyes and have those last minutes and hours and days with their loved one, but yet um, maintain safety for the other patients and families. So this one's been challenging for the patients are um, who are or imminent. We use the term imminent. So very, very close to their final breath. There are exceptions to the rules, and every agency makes those exceptions based on family and based on patient and what's going on with them. So there are exceptions. So it's not like a closed door that no, you can't come see your family at all. But that is the case for some. So working with the loved ones and the patient, if they're still talking about working through how can we make this meaningful? Are we able to use technology? Our hospice has gotten some more iPads that we've trained our staff to use so they can FaceTime with their families. So we're utilizing that. Our staff has also been encouraged to help the families make phone calls if they don't want to use the iPad technology, but picking up the phone. You know, so we're doing our best. It's not ideal. You know, this is not hospice philosophy, right? This is not it. But how can we make it our hospice philosophy and live our best life and have those best connections until the end? Our team is doing their best. We're working remote, a lot of, you know, trying to connect with as many people as possible, but it's definitely not been, you know, this is not an easy road for any of us, truly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Any other